Welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Relationship Show. And this is a question or a concern that I hear from so many women. They do not want to take their clothes off in front of their man. If you don't take your clothes off, therefore it gets really difficult to get intimate, doesn't it? So the good news is today I have an expert here with us who's going to help us break through that fear and help us feel sexy again. Her name is Chrystal Bougon, and she is the owner of Curvy Girl Lingerie Boutique. So she knows all about this. She has such an interesting bio. I just have to read the whole thing to you. You guys ready? It says, I own the only plus-size lingerie boutique in the country. Wow, that's insane. It was my dream to open a boutique that is safe for women and men of size to come and shop for sexy clothes and sexy goodies. Got to use your imagination there. I also am the author of Making It Hot, and it's part of my Curvy Girl playbook, which we will talk about further. I'm a high-tech refugee that went from high school to high touch, also known as an engineering project manager to romance coach. I have a fabulous community of rad fatties. These are her words. I didn't come up with that word. That have created so much community around my boutique. It's been an exciting 3 years. We also just moved to a large location on January 5th. And she has a reality show that is coming up. It is the day in the life of Curvy Girl Lingerie. So you guys have to be on the lookout for it, and I will make sure that we bring that to your attention as it comes out. So welcome, Chrystal. I'm so pleased to have you here with us.
Thank you, Midori. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you heard my intro about how so many of us women feel uncomfortable. And honestly, it doesn't matter your size. It's all relative. Maybe you ate a hamburger yesterday and you're feeling really bad about yourself today. Or maybe you haven't been to the gym in 6 years. Who knows? But help us, give us some tips here. What are some experiences that you've had or tips that you have for those of us like men who suffer from this obsession?
Oh, for sure. It's something I hear every single day at my store. Oh, my man really wants me to wear lingerie. Oh, I'm so fat. But here's what I say. If he keeps showing up with you naked over and over and over and over, he's into you. So don't deny him. Remember how visual men are. They're very visual creatures. And no matter how much black clothes you wear, no matter how much you try to hide your body, you still take up the same amount of space. And he has the best idea of how much space you take up. And he still wants to see you in lingerie. Why isn't that enough for you? I mean, hello? It's so, let's talk about Christmas morning. How fun is Christmas morning when you get to open up all those beautiful presents? If you woke up on Christmas morning, you had all these presents, but none of them were wrapped. That would not be very exciting. Part of the excitement is unwrapping the present. And I think that's what men enjoy. You're like a gift to them, and they want to see you in something pretty or maybe something trashy, and they're telling you they love you, they want to see you in it, and you have to agree. You have to buy into it. They want to see it. In my experience, men don't just give out compliments. So if your man is telling you, baby, I love you so much, I really want to see you in something pretty, I think you need to take it at face value, because they don't just throw around compliments.
I agree. Okay, so Chrystal, I am totally guilty of having those days where I'm just like, oh, I would rather wear a muumuu and not let him see. But my husband says, he's like, I've seen you, just like what you were saying, I've seen you 100 times and you are super sexy to me. I know what your body looks like. Right. So get over it. Yeah. Just relax and have fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's your lover knows all of your imperfections. They've seen it all. They've seen you in good times and bad times, and they still want to see you in lingerie, and they still want to see you naked. I think that's like a total compliment to you, and you need to kind of, get on board with it. Try not to let the media convince you otherwise, because, I mean, seriously, if your partner's, even if you've only gone on 1 or 2 dates or 3 dates, let's say, and you're nervous about, having sex with that person, they've been on 3 dates with you. They know how big you are, or how small you are, or how old you are, or how wrinkly you are, and they still want to get with you. that's kind of like, hello, it's your signal that it's, yeah, just let go of all that craziness. And stop buying what the media is selling, because I know women who weigh 500 pounds and I know women who weigh 100 pounds, and all of them have loving, amazing partners, and their partners are into them. So why can't they understand? I mean, why can't they get it too? You know, you have someone who wants to make love to you and they want to see you in something pretty. That should be enough. I just, it blows my mind some days. And I really feel like confidence is so sexy, and I know that's so trite, but it really truly is. And I'm sure we've all seen that one big girl at the grocery store, at the mall, and you're just like, dang, look at her. She's carrying, yeah, she's working. She's carrying herself with all that confidence. That's so hot. You could be 500 pounds. You could be 150 pounds. If you have that confidence, it's so hot. It's attractive, and it's attractive to your partner.
Totally. And you see the opposite. You see the girl who has the quote unquote, I don't even want to say perfect body, but that thin physique.
Yeah,
but they're so uncomfortable in their own skin that they kind of retreat, or they don't smile or whatever. And it's hard to engage with them as a woman or a man, because they're not welcome. Whereas someone who walks with confidence and that smile, you want to approach them, you want to engage with them, you want to know them more, right?
Here at Curvy Girl, what I coach my customers is to get greedy. Make everything about you. Like, make everything that happens in your bedroom, make it all about you. Make it about your pleasure all the time. You own it. You get to be the one who decides what happens. You get to be the one that has yours first. The greedier you get, the sexier it is for your partner, because it's like that you're so empowered to say exactly what I want. Here's exactly what I need, babe. And that is very sexy. I know for me, I love that in a partner. I love when my partner tells me exactly what they want and how they want it. And I think that that's pretty much human nature. Everybody likes that. Nobody likes that, well, I don't care, whatever you want. That's not sexy. Own it. Get greedy. Make it all about you. Because I promise, if you're having sex with a man, he's going to have his. I've never been worried about my male partner enjoying themselves. They always enjoy themselves. So you make it all about you. And I promise you, your sex life will get so good. Just be a little bit greedy. I know women are conditioned to not be greedy and to be caretakers and worry about the other person's pleasure, but I'm just saying no. Just make it about you. Everything's going to get so much better.
I love that. Get greedy. Get greedy.
Yeah, why not?
And it gets easier. It gets easier over time, because as you're stepping into that moment where you are kind of changing, I suggest changing your mindset before you go in to whatever the event is where you're going to be intimate, and just having that mindset of, I'm going to do this. I'm going to rock this. And I'm going to tell him what I want. But then when you see the response from him. Oh, yeah. Right? And how much.
I live for that. Yes. I love to see it. Yeah. I just love to, I like to own it. Even pretty much everywhere in my life, I like to own it. And especially in the bedroom, it just makes everything so hot. And just, more, I don't know, hotter and hotter and hotter the more you do it.
And way more fun, way more free.
Yeah, for sure.
Get to know each other so much better. I've been married I've been with the same guy for almost 30 years.
Oh, wow.
You gotta find ways.
You gotta find ways to keep it interesting. I know I had a partner for like 20 years, and it is possible. You have to really work hard at it. And it's one of those areas of your life you can't ignore. The longer you ignore it, the harder it is to get back there. So I think it's, people, they laugh at me when I tell them schedule sex, schedule date nights. I think if you're an adult, waiting for fun stuff to happen to you spontaneously, a little bit silly. I'm a grown woman. I have shit to do. Sorry, I don't know if I could say that. I have a life. I have a job. I have a business. Nothing else in my life do I leave to chance. I schedule everything else in my life. So why wouldn't I schedule a date night with my partner? He's a priority to me. So I want to make him a priority. And having sex with him is a priority for me too. And yeah, it seems a little bit awkward to schedule sex, but if you don't schedule it, when are you going to have it? So I make time for him. I make it a priority to make sure that there's time to connect in that way, because, Lord knows, you probably know this, but when you're in a long-term relationship, I always say married people understand homicide. You understand how it might happen. And, just saying, occasionally he might want to murder them. And when you get back together in the bedroom and in your bed, it helps you remember why you don't actually want to kill them, why you actually love them. And all the oxytocin that comes from having a sex life that's really connected and hot it just helps you to forgive all that stuff that makes you want to kill them.
It is important, though. It is psychologically important. And
Humans need
I
it.
have struggled with that whole thing of planning sex. But as I mature and experience more things and talk to more experts, I have refrained from that because I think when you're planning it and you know what's coming up, you can do things to make yourself feel sexy.
Yeah. Go buy lingerie.
Yes, buy lingerie. So let's talk about that a little bit more because you are the lingerie expert. What are some things? So if there's let's talk to men right now. So if a man wants to buy a piece of lingerie or pieces of lingerie for his partner, and he knows that she is a little uncomfortable, or this is the first time buying it, give us some suggestions on types of things to look for.
So cute at my store when men show up and they have a picture of their wife on their cell phone. I'm like, I'm going to need a little more information. But for men, I like to tell them, make sure you go check her clothing to see the clothes she's wearing a lot lately in the last few months, because Lord knows as women, we keep, 10 different sizes in our closets, and get a good feel for her bra size. And then just look at the palette of clothes that she does wear. Does she often wear jewel tones? Does she often wear pastels? Obviously, especially curvy women love to wear black. That gets a little old, although it's a very sexy, sophisticated look. But just get a general sense. Does she wear a lot of purple? Does she wear a lot of orange? That way, when you get here or you go online, you kind of have an idea. So when you buy her something that looks, trashy on purpose and skimpy and black and shiny, and she wears pastels and chiffons and things that are really pretty and romantic, it's probably not, it's going to be not a home run.
Backfire.
Yeah.
It's going to backfire. It's not the time to change.
Exactly.
So, okay. So do you have some suggestions on mindset? So let's say it's Valentine's Day or it's any day. It really doesn't matter. I don't believe just celebrating Valentine's Day. Right. So it's whatever day and you're going on a date, and I'm the man and I've bought some type of lingerie for my partner because I want her to feel and look sexy because I really am hoping to get lucky in the bedroom later.
Yeah.
So do you have any suggestions on how we can kind of prep her to be in that right mindset to receive the gift and also to wear and use the gift?
Well, I really love the anticipation angle because like when you're in a long-term relationship, surprising your partner and that anticipation, it's really difficult to do after a lot of years together. So I like the idea of like when he's out shopping, sending her a little text message, babe, I'm out shopping for you. I wanted something pretty for you. I love you so much. I love seeing you, in lingerie. I'm going to go look for something. So she kind of has an idea. Springing on her might not work exactly the way you want it to. So I would say definitely start building up the anticipation, kind of stepping her into it, especially if she's a little bit uncomfortable. Just springing on her might not work exactly the way you want it to. And Lord knows I love some hotel sex. So if you're going to go to a hotel, you're going to have a room, you don't want a room that night. So you got to kind of baby step her into the whole process.
Yes. And I feel that wine and champagne helps.
Yeah, I can.
So I feel that, you just have to kind of just make sure she is in that mindset to receive the gift because it makes it so much more fun. But here's a big thing that I see with some men who haven't quite read our books beforehand or done a lot of research.
Right.
If you throw it at her, if all of a sudden you're like, hey, look at this gift I got you. This is so sexy. You're going to look so hot. And she is retreating because she's thinking, holy good God, you want me to wear that? And all these things are going through her head. The outcome isn't going to go in your favor most likely. So it really is important that you do the prep work beforehand, the flirting, the building up her confidence, really how beautiful she is all the time, and building up this date night or whatever you're doing, because then she'll be much more receptive and things will go much better.
Two things that come to mind. First of all, when men come and shop here, I tell them, why don't you buy one thing for you and one thing for her? One thing she will love and one thing that you will love, because typically it's not always exactly the same piece. So if they can afford it, and we do have, stuff from $40 to $100, maybe buy one for him, the one that he wants to see her in, and one that he knows she would love to be in. And that way there's a little bit of a middle ground. And, it's not just like, maybe I bought you this super trashy, vinyl thing, but I also bought you this pretty purple chiffon thing. It just might make it go over a little better. Like, I'm not just thinking of me and my penis. I'm also thinking of you and your feelings. And then another thing I'd like to tell my male customers is that as a woman, all day long, all I get are messages. I'm not smart enough. I'm not thin enough. I'm not pretty enough. And even if you've told me a million times how beautiful and hot I am, I need to hear it more, because the whole world is working against my self-esteem, and all of the media is working against my self-esteem. And as sad as that may sound, it's really true. We get so many negative messages, all day long as women. No matter what your body type, someone out there hates it, and someone out there has something to say about it. So even though it feels like, gosh, why do I have to always build her up like this? We just get torn down all day long, every day. So we do need to hear our partners. And honestly, it's one little compliment can go so far. And, like really sincere compliments, oh my gosh, I love you in green, or look how your eyes sparkle today. And just make sure she feels nurtured and cared for. And I also like to say, resentment never leads to hot sex. And, more help and more compliments are going to go a long ways in your sex life.
Totally agree. And this is from someone who's been with the same guy forever and ever and ever. It is so imperative that you are constantly saying, almost to the point where we feel like you're a broken record.
Yeah.
Because it is a mental, it's a mental thing. And we have women, well, everyone has recordings in our brain that speaks what we believe is true. And the more that we hear positive things, the more our confidence goes up.
Yeah.
And what matters most to us is what our partner thinks.
Of course. Yeah.
So that is huge. And for ladies, it's important for you to say it to your guys.
Of course. Yes.
So it goes both ways.
Absolutely.
As well. So yeah, I love all this, but
compliments can, if you want whatever you want to happen, the more you compliment that person, like sincerely, it really makes for everything. You could pretty much anything can happen if you want it to, if your partner really knows exactly how you feel about them, if you can express how you feel about them, not just their body, but their brain, and if they're a mom, and what you think about them being a mom or a friend to you, all those kinds of compliments. It really goes a long ways. Compliments will get you everywhere in my bedroom.
Yeah. Good to know. So what I say is it's a love bank. You're putting deposits in the love bank. So every compliment you say goes into the love bank, and then every negative thing you say is a withdrawal, and every negative thing is even a bigger withdrawal than the deposits.
Oh my gosh, I swear, it's like 1 million compliments to one negative thing obliterates all of the compliments, and it's unfortunate. It's just how it seems to be. And that one negative thing, especially about a woman's body, it can just really just wreaks havoc on her confidence in the bedroom. And if you really want your partner to be like that partner, that really lusty woman in your bedroom, you really need to be careful about the things you say about her body, because I promise you, we will hold on to that forever.
Yeah,
sorry.
You just remove that memory. You're very, very correct. Okay, well, this has been so enlightening, and I know everyone's going to get a lot of value from hearing this. And even if you've heard it before, it's important to get these reminders.
Absolutely.
But now it is time for our truth or truth game.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, here we go. So, okay, let me just go over the rules here real quick. Okay, so in my truth or truth game, there are no passes. You can't decide, oh yeah, no, I'm not going to answer that one. I pass.
Okay.
And then you have to be totally truthful. And I feel as though you're going to be just fine.
Okay. Okay. Say my life is an open book, so whatever you want.
All right. Okay, great. Okay, so the first question, we're going to start with an fairly easy one.
Okay.
Who has influenced you the most in your life?
My mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Why is that? What is so fabulous about her that she influenced you?
She's just one of those people that gives everything to everybody else, and she's a great mom and a great friend, and everybody loves her. She's just she's kind of like she is the matriarch of our family. When I was growing up, my parents' home was like the home. It's like everything revolved around my parents' home. And, we had all of the holiday events in our home. My mom was the one who, she ran it all, and she still does. And she's just so super generous, just a giver, and just amazing. And I have a sister who's passed away, and I have a brother who has Down syndrome. So, my sister was bipolar and schizoaffective, and my brother has Down syndrome. And then my parents, they ran their business out of our home, and my mom held it all together somehow. And it was hectic, and it was a lot going on, but it was amazing. And so much love from my mom and my dad and just my whole family.
Superwoman. It's amazing what women
She
can
is,
do,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? She sounds like an
She is.
amazing mom in person.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question. We're getting a little more serious now. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. Who is the hottest celebrity of all time? I'm going to give you a choice. So Bradley Cooper, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Robert De Niro?
Yeah, Bradley Cooper, hands down, no problem.
He's a hottie. He's a hottie. I agree. Okay.
He has a humongous melon. I think his head is so huge. It's so interesting to me. I could just stare at him all day long, and then I would ruin that man. If I had an hour with him, he'd be ruined for all other women.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay, thank you. My boyfriend might not like that, but he might give me a hall pass.
I think for him, it's really good.
Oh yeah, those blue eyes. Oh Lord.
But his head is so big. I have, yeah, that compliment. That's great. Okay, next question. What's the most attractive man or attractive quality in a man? And maybe I need to add one more here. But the first one is integrity. Second one, humor, big pec muscles, a fat wallet. And for you, the fifth one is a big head.
Yeah, integrity for sure.
Integrity. It goes along.
That's super hot. Yeah, it just doesn't get any better than that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's number one for me for sure. Humor is right up there though, definitely. But integrity is for sure number one.
And if you can have both.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I do have both.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so pickup lines. What pickup line would work best on you?
It's so bad. I hate getting hit on.
Well, here's something
I'll listen.
Let me know. First one, can I follow you home? Because my parents always told me to follow my dreams. Second one, can I take your picture to prove to all my friends that angels do exist? Number 3, I seem to have lost my phone number. Can I have yours? So those are the 3. Which one do you think? A, B, or C?
Probably C, but yeah, I have this strange thing. I don't like being hit on, and I just think it feels so desperate and sad when you're out with your friends or at a bar and someone's hitting on you, and I'm just like, nothing's going to happen to your penis tonight. So if you want to keep asking me for my phone number or you want to buy me a drink, you can still do that, but I promise you nothing's going to happen to your penis tonight.
Wait, I have to ask you about this. Okay, so you
Sure.
hate being hit on.
Yeah.
You don't think it's flattering?
No.
You're not flattered by that? I'm flattered by that.
No.
Really?
I just don't need their validation. So no, for me, that's how it feels. It's like, I don't care. I don't know. I know I'm very strange. I mean, my girlfriends are like, what is wrong with you? I'm only like, I'm very monogamous. So it's like when I have a partner, I'm not interested in anybody else, and I don't even want to make small talk with you. I don't know. I'm very strange that way. I just don't like it. I hate it. It feels, yucky to me. Just not my thing.
Interesting.
I know I'm weird.
Okay, so I have to validate these men. So men, that's Chrystal. For me, if you come and buy me a cocktail or you come and talk to me, I actually feel flattered by that.
My friends too, they all say the same thing. They're, Chrystal, it's lovely. I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. But I mean, I'm not rude, but I just don't.
It's not your thing.
No.
It's not your thing. Okay.
I have my own money. I have my own drinks. I'm good. So I'm weird. I'm very strange that way.
Independent woman. That's okay. All right. Okay. So, well then this question, this might be good for you. Okay. What is the biggest turnoff in a man? A, gloating. B, bad breath. C, a wife? Or D, small apparatus?
Definitely wife, then breath. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That concludes the truth or truth.
Oh, that was easy. Okay, cool. Yeah, and as far as apparatus, all things are possible if you have a great lover. So, when I do have in the past, when I have run across the smaller ones, I noticed that they often made up for it in other ways, and they were very attentive. We'll just say so. We made it work.
Anything can be overcome. Or,
Absolutely.
that's a great thing about intimacy is that there's so many things that you can do. It's endless, and as long as you're trying to please each other.
Exactly, and it's each other, right? So like you're always trying to delight the other person, and you're trying to please them, and it's both of you both doing that to each other. It's so exciting and so hot.
Totally agree. So yeah, for men who have a complex over that, I really wish that they get over it because it's so unnecessary.
It's great for oral and anal is all I have to say.
All right. Okay.
Great for both of those.
That's why I love having you here, Chrystal. Say it like it is. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much. But Chrystal, I understand that you have a little gift for
for sure.
About that.
Yeah, I would love to offer your listeners and your readers, if they want to shop at our website, it's curvygirlinc.com, INC, and then they can use the code Midori, MIDORI, and we'll give you guys 20% off. And if anybody wants to call us at the boutique before they buy, if they want some tips about sizing, they're always welcome to call us too. And you can find our phone number on our website, on our Facebook page, on Instagram, we're everywhere. So we're really easy to find, but feel free to call us here at the boutique and we'll be glad to help you.
Great. Thank you. And so also just a reminder, we will have that on our website. So if you didn't have a chance to write that down or if you don't remember it, simply go to midoriverity.com and all of Chrystal's information will be there. So I encourage you to check out her site, see what she has because she has some beautiful, beautiful lingerie.
Thanks.
She's happy to help you out. So anyway, Chrystal, thank you for entertaining us and educating us and giving us some insight into the lingerie world.
My pleasure. I love what I do. It's my passion. It's so much fun. I'm so grateful. So thank you, Midori. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Take care.